Was Ashton Jeanty respectfully robbed of that Heisman?
Not at all.
Go ahead, Cook.
I mean, I get it. 2K, went crazy against Oregon, had the games, had the yards, had the touchdowns, whatever the case may be. But I mean, I cannot look a man in his eye who playing offense and defense and making an impact every game.
Yeah.
And tell him he's not the Heisman Trophy winner. No disrespect to Ashton Jeanty and what he done. He a great player. Went crazy this year, but
Yeah.
it's the reason Travis Hunter's smiling that big right there.
Nah, for real.
Playing offense, defense, making meaningful winning plays on both sides of the ball.
But no, with Ashton Jeanty, man, yes, he was ranked number 1 in everything, but you have Travis Hunter where he's like covering 2 routes at the same time, bro. Like, he'll be on one route, he'll drop down, pick that hoe off, or he'll deflect it. Like, that's insane, you know what I'm saying? Like I said in the previous episode, he's the closest thing to Deion Sanders that we've ever gotten, like, our generation. Like, we never got to see Deion play. This is our Deion, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm like, shit, at this point, is he down there better than Deion? Not as an all-time player, of course, but like collegiately, what we seen comparing the tapes, I mean, can we truthfully say Travis Hunter was a better collegiate player than Deion Sanders? I mean, the Heisman low-key secured it, low-key.
Yeah.
Low-key, yeah.
And if it didn't, the Blitman.
I would argue with that.
Everybody's saying this is a popularity contest. Hell no.
Shit, Ashton Jeanty won the popularity contest when the results came back.
Yeah, because they was doing that Michael Myers and that Shades of 6'7".
Talking about that TikTok stuff, but Ashton Jeanty, man, I mean, I think you can make a case that he was robbed. I mean, for starters, man. I mean, I know it's collegiate sports, but in the NFL and the NBA, rewards kind of go towards winning. I mean, losing one game, securing a 3 seed in the playoffs, running for over 2K yards, almost 30 touchdowns. I mean,
running crazy against Oregon.
Hey, and then you play number 1 team in the nation, Oregon, and actually like put on a show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I'm Ashton Jeanty, I would feel a type of way because you feel like, I mean, what is the criteria? Like the NBA, it feels like the NBA in a sense. It's always changing in a sense. It's like 1 minute it's the stats, and then another minute they give it to the guy that's winning and also looking somewhat good. I think Travis Hunter. I don't think Ashton Jeanty was necessarily robbed. I think Travis Hunter, what he's doing on both sides of the ball is, quite frankly, it's hard to argue.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of snaps that he's playing is unreal. I mean,
and it's not BS snaps either. It's meaningful snaps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then he's making plays in every aspect of the game. When it comes down to tackling, I mean, we've seen at the end of the game when he played against Baylor. I mean, literally, he played the whole game, came down, smacked the nigga, made him fumble back in the end zone. Ball. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. He had a couple. I mean, 3 touchdowns in the opening day versus South Dakota State.
To win the game, though?
I mean, what?
He went off against Cincinnati, too,
to
bro.
win the game? I never seen a game winning fumble before.
But it's the fact that, like, he done went off so many damn times. It's like we don't even know what time.
That's true.
And Jeanty, he's done the same thing, but Travis, it's just like, damn, he caught that, like, bro, it's just different. Same thing with defense.
Being elite though on both sides of the ball really what stands out the most, and like being the best. He was the best, and I don't want to sound like I'm biased. I'm just some Travis Hunter lover or whatever, but I think he was the best receiver in college football this year and the best defensive back in college football. And I think it's an argument between both, of course, because obviously you got your guys that like. I mean, shoot, the stats prove otherwise.
Damn.
I mean, you can make an argument for sure.
Yeah,
is it really?
I thought it was old boy out of Arizona,
McMillan.
It's more of the taste. Like what? Like what do you?
I don't lie. But Travis looked more appealing than his route running looks better.
I think Travis Hunter had a better quarterback too. I think that's
way better.
Noah Fifter wasn't like that at Arizona this year. I think he transferred at the end of the year. So
you probably got more knowledge on that than me. I think for Ashton Jeanty, you can make a case. But, like, it kind of hurts, though. And what I mean by that is, like, we seen a season like that to a certain level, probably even more productive from Melvin Gordon, maybe about almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And Melvin Gordon had higher rushing yards. He had, I think, 1 more rushing touchdown. He had better stats in certain areas. And we're looking at him that he was on pace at one point in time having a season trying to catch up to Eric Dickerson. Well, not Eric Dickerson, Barry Sanders. And for him to not even win that, then it's like Ashton Jeanty having slightly less stats. What does that prove for his case? And also what kind of lowers his case compared to Hunter is like Ashton Jeanty is playing the position at an elite level. And we're all going to give him credit for that. But on any given Saturday, Travis Hunter is an enigma. Like, that is a unicorn of a player. Like, he can be the best offensive and defensive player on the field every single Saturday, and there's little to debate about it. I mean, he won the Blitnikoff Award, so you know that he's the best receiver in the nation when compared to the likes of Nick Nash out of San Jose State.
I'm going to say, I thought he was going to get them.
You see, he got the yards. He got an argument, but I mean, like,
argument.
I mean, Tank had an argument.
Have you seen it, bro? But his stats are insane,
yeah,
bro.
his stats are insane. I think he leads the
Did you
nation
not
in
see
receptions.
Tank's Dale stat 2 years ago?
It was better.
I mean,
Tank's
yeah.
stats was better.
He was triple crown.
Yeah.
I think that quality of competition plays a part too. Though.
I think so too, but also you gotta look at it from like he wasn't just an elite level offensive player; he was an elite level defensive player. I mean, like the only cornerback in the nation that you would say that could have a realistic case of being better than Travis Hunter, and even if that's the case, it's slim margins. Will Johnson from Michigan.
Yeah.
If you look talking about DBs, who you gonna name? What? Caleb Downs, Barron from Texas. I mean, like it's not that many players.
Slim.
No, I'm saying it's not that many players that are playing at an
South
elite
Carolina,
level.
someone said South Carolina got one.
No, I'm saying on the level.
But you just on that level. Of
Yeah,
Trav.
it's not compared to the rest of the nation. It's not that many
ain't
players.
that many.
Then I think he's the only player in the country that's an All-American on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball.
different.
The first team. So like you got to even make that list, you got to be elite of the elite,
Yeah.
and he's doing that on two separate occasions.
Playing the whole game too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
For people that want to bring it down to like just, oh, we only value Travis Hunter because of snaps and how many times he's on the field, it's way more complex than that.
Yeah.
And if you look at football a certain type of way, you'll appreciate what he's doing at the level that he's doing, because even with the likes of what we've seen from Desmond Howard, the only other player to win the Heisman on the defensive side of the ball, it's just something different about the way that he's doing it right now.
But I want to add one question though. So like Ashton Jeanty, leading the nation in yards by a mile, touchdowns by a mile, and earning a playoff seed, which is obviously very important in his Heisman case. Do you feel like in any type of way it's kind of like, well, damn, like the guy that had an eye-breaking year with yards and all the stats, and on top of that his team is winning? Do you feel like he wasn't kind of robbed in a sense? I mean, I know how great Travis Hunter was on both sides, but I'm looking at it from Jeanty like, damn, like
I think
I balled my ass off, nigga. I got the nation's attention.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could answer that
I
for you
feel
right
like
now.
shit. That's what everybody thinks.
I can answer that right
Ball
now.
my ass off. I can't get no look.
Check this out. I mean, you could say that about any Heisman Trophy winner that had multiple losses. I mean, Lamar Jackson won the Heisman with 3 losses on his resume. Johnny Manziel won the Heisman with 3 losses on his resume. Jaden Daniels won the Heisman with 3 losses on his resume. And those teams, Louisville, LSU last year, and Texas A&M, were nowhere near playing for championship ball. Some teams not even in their own conference, ACC, SEC, whatever the case may be. So it's like, to a certain extent, while the Heisman Trophy does typically go to some of the best players on the best teams, as we've seen from like Jameis Winston or Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams competing for a national championship towards the end of the year, it's kind of tough to look at it as being robbed when we're seeing such exceptional level of play from the other competitors. Because we've seen team players from lower level schools or schools that don't have as much success walk away with that Heisman in their hands. I mean, hell, RG3, he got that mug and he was at Baylor with a 9-3, 10-3 record. And he wasn't even sniffing a championship, maybe not even the Big 12. So it's like, I see where you're coming from and I definitely respect it, but history showcases otherwise.
all right, one question and we can move on to the next segment. So, do you feel like Travis Hunter played do you think Travis Hunter and Ashton Jeanty was anywhere like close? Like as far as like play at the position, like do you feel like Travis Hunter was that much better of an offense, a receiver in DB than Ashton Jeanty was as a running back?
Nah, I think it was a slim. Don't get me wrong. Ashton Jeanty is a hell of a player. Don't get me wrong. But it's hard to argue that a guy who's playing offense and defense, 100+ snaps a game, meaningful impact on both sides of the ball. He damn near was Shador's number one receiver. He the number one corner on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
He covering all the good receivers. I mean, that's hard to argue. But I mean, like you said, Jeanty rushed for 2K, but it's like, I mean, we might have got bored watching him run so much. You know what I'm saying? When you playing against Travis Hunter, you don't know where the play might come from. It might be a pick. It might be a touchdown.
It's electrifying. Like,
it's fun to watch.
You're sitting on the edge of your seat, like,
You're like,
when is
damn.
this gonna happen? I think when you think about Heisman player, those guys that win that Heisman, they had you sitting on the edge of your seat, like, damn, what are you finna do next?
Yeah.
The value that you get from Ashton Jeanty is incredible because of how great of a running back he is. I mean, he's on pace for Barry Sanders. He's like 100-something yards away, and if he goes to the national championship game and Boise State makes a run, then he's most likely gonna get that shit with ease. He could get that in his next game, and that could be his final game of his collegiate career. But the value that you get from playing one side of the ball doesn't amount to the value that you get from two sides of the ball if both are playing at such an elite level. Ashton Jeanty is an elite running back. Travis is an elite receiver and an elite corner. If I could get two for the price of one player, I'm going to always take that over only one side of the ball getting an impact.